Relationships can be difficult. It's simple fact. Sometimes connections end all of a sudden, and we can't wrap our minds around it simply. Things don't necessarily happen the way we want them to. A relationship breakup is a very challenging time. There are so many mixed emotions in it. It doesn't make things any easier, whether they broke up with you or you broke up with them. It's hard not to think back the good times when everything was perfect at the beginning of your relationship. What happened? Where did it went wrong? Could you have done things differently? After the breakup, it's normal to have all of these and other thoughts in your head. Not getting to see them every other day is the hardest part. You might think to yourself, do they miss me as well? Here are some signs that your ex is still thinking about you. He asks about you a lot. If your ex gets into conversations about you a lot, he is likely thinking you more than he is ready to admit. It's a sign that he wants you back when it happens too often. So, what does all of this mean? Your ex-partner may have realized that you are too valuable for him to lose. If you're considering getting back together, make sure you push things in the right direction. They show they miss you. Does your ex make it a point to share their gloomy attitude with everyone else in the world? Always keep an eye on their social media accounts to see if they are casually reminiscing about your relationship. Perhaps they tweeted a song they're listening to or they visited where you used to hang out. They are definitely waiting for you to notice, despite the fact that it may be subtle. Oh, those memories. Does your ex remind you to remember your old anniversary, or about that place both of you used to go to constantly? In point of fact, unless they still have feelings for you and desire your return, there is no reason for them to reminisce. This is one of the signs your ex wants you back you should really watch out for. Tying loose ends. Has your ex called you a few times and talked about the mistakes they made in the relationship and how things might have been so different if they would have changed for the sake of relationship before? They might be interested in getting back together with you if they're trying to make things right with you by apologizing or taking responsibility for the past. The only question is, are you? Have you and your ex got some common friends too? If you are a private person and don't give all updates about your life on social media, then the first thing that your ex will do is go to your mutual friends and ask them about you. After all, they still love you and want to make sure that you are doing well and still single. They prefer the future pace. If you've not ended your relationship with your ex in an ugly spat and have decided to remain friends, chances are that you meet once in a while. During those meetings, suppose you start talking about a plush cafe in town, and your ex spontaneously replies, "We'll go there someday." This points to something positive. Time will tell whether your ex wants to come back to you or not. But one thing is for sure, the feelings aren't completely gone. He is being too nice. If your ex-partner is being too nice, it means that there is a lot more going on than he wants people to know about. He wants people to believe that your relationship is perfect. But in reality, trouble could arise in paradise. His behavior typically demonstrates this. It probably indicates that you still mean a lot to him if he goes overboard in his efforts to make you happy. However, even though you are right next to him, if he is acting too cold and distant, this could indicate that he no longer wants to be with you or that he is simply unsure of what to do next. Do you want them back? We must warn you that reuniting with an ex is rarely the solution. Generally, dating an ex will simply deteriorate your life for a couple of more years before you realize all over again that both of you were never intended to be. However, there is also the extremely remote possibility that things between you two might work out the second time around. If you want to give your relationship another shot, make sure to look at the signs above.